It's finally all back together. I'll put a compilation of videos together here for you guys. You watch along through there if you want. If you survive through all of it, you'll see the steps of what I found was wrong, thought was wrong. Needless to say, ended up with the head off. I knew there was a little dent under there that ended up not being a problem once we got it off, but had it surfaced anyways at the time. Got the valves reground on a little bit, even though it was just done, but just double sure that all up. You'll see in the stuff that follows, kind of had a problem with the blower that we got in from overhaul, and it had locked up enough to hold the motor still on its own, but put the old one on to run for a while, still not making great horsepower. Sent this one back off so they could repair it. The guys down there at Diesel Power Miami, they fixed it right up, sent it back. They warranted it, even though it wasn't really their fault. Not sure what happened. It just seemed like something went through it. Also changed the drive hub in here. Took this off and pressed the gear off of it, put a new one on. They mentioned that sometimes that gets a little wore. It can put some side load or something on them rotors, or push on them a little bit on the drive, and that might lose your clearance, because there's only a couple thousandths of clearance in there in some spots on them rotors. But got her tuned back up. You might have saw it here just a second ago. One other thing I did while I was in here and I was waiting, so I went ahead and got an adapter on here. The canister was always leaking and whatnot, and I just kind of thought this would be nice, easier. Big tall filter on it, just replace the filter. We'll see how that goes. I know them adapters like to leak too, but it's fresh at the moment. So enjoy what you see in the deal. I'm sure there's some spots where you'll see and know what's going on right away. Thanks. It hasn't gone great. I got the dyno hooked up, drove it over here by the airplane hangar for water, and then I got the good rocks and everything, so it ain't so muddy. It was running great, ran great all the way over here. I had the dyno and the engine warming up, everything warmed up perfect. Started bringing some throttle up on it, somewhere around the, I'd say between like 17 2000 RPM range. It sounded like it was missing, so I idled it down, disengaged the whole dyno, got that just, so it wasn't making any load, shut the PTO off, and it was, had her idling for a little while, and everything was perfect, even under idle, clutch in, no load. Was bringing the throttle up, and same thing, right about that RPM, all the way up to full throttle. It just sounded like it was missing. And now, well, I let it cool down good, let it idle for a little while, and shut it off, and it was running perfect at idle. Now I got this problem. I wanted to start it back up, drive back over to the shop, so we could be in for a massive project again. I'm not sure what about the blower could have caused something like that, or something in the fuel rack's messed up, but I think the first thing we're going to try is to get that shaft out of there and get the valve cover off and see if we can get her to turn over, see what she's trying to bump up against, get a good look at all that stuff. We might end up with the blower back off, looking in the airbox, see if we can see the pistons, but we could be on the verge of another extremely long project. Okay guys, I got the snap ring of doom out of there again in the shaft. Now I got this brand new blower put on here. Not brand new, they overhauled it. It looked like they did a pretty good job on it. I ordered it for a 453N naturally aspirated engine. Now cranks over like there's no tomorrow. So if any of you guys happen to stumble across this that have worked on Detroits and whatnot for a while, let me know what you think about this overhauled blower that could be binding me all up. It sure went together fine, everything bolted up great, looks like it's sealed up nice and on there. They had the bearings and everything all greased nice in it from the shop, but I'm gonna take it off over after my dad gets here and gives me a nice little tug back to the to the tractor shop over there. I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna get my end plates and my drive moved over back onto my old one that we were thinking maybe didn't have too many issues with it. Put it back on and see what we get. Sure was nice to hear it turn over and know there's nothing in the head or anything like that causing issues, but that's our culprit there, and I'll keep you guys updated, show you a little bit of what we find. Thanks for following along. New blower is back off. Got the end caps taken off, and it has a nasty heck catch in it. Oh boy, something in it decided not to clear. There, she's hung up tight, and we had good oil come out of both end caps when we took it off, so the oil supply looked good. And I looked down in those with a nice flashlight and was able to see that the bearing ends, or you can see not really a bearing, they're just running to a machined area in the end caps there. Those looked good. They didn't look chewed up or scored or nothing, as well as I could see through those holes. So we're gonna go have a look in the air box and just see if we can see anything that might have gone through it. I don't think so. Everything was spinning free and clear when we put it on. But we're gonna put this guy back on, and if nothing else, we'll have a good indicator to know whether he had anything to do with a little low horsepower. I don't think so. After getting that rack readjusted, it sure seemed like obviously that would have been the issue, that not getting full travel on the injectors. But we'll see.